So now we will discuss Bitcoin Layer 2s. I would like to invite Yunwen to the stage. She is a senior researcher. Bitcoin Layer 2s has been, I guess, a hype, especially here in Asia. So she will share some of her research. Yunwen.
Hello, I'm Yunwen from Cryptape Research. Let's talk about Bitcoin Layer 2s. Oh, I need... How to... It's not working. It's not working. This one, right? Okay. Why it's not working for me? This one, right? Ah, I have to press really here. Okay. So Bitcoin Layer 2. Bitcoin Layer 2 has become a very popular topic these days. And if you look at this picture, you can see that the interest on Bitcoin Layer 2 surged earlier this year around the time of the fourth halving. So when we talk about Bitcoin Layer 2, the Lightning Network might be the first thing that comes to your mind. In fact, Lightning Network used to be the Bitcoin Layer 2, but now many other projects are hopping onto this Bitcoin Layer 2 Express. Oh my. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay, when we advocate Bitcoin Layer 2, what do we want to get from it? Naturally, scalability is one aim, but beyond that, we also want to have smart contracts and stable coins and DeFi and everything. So essentially, we want to restore the long lost glory of the Bitcoin by a Bitcoin renaissance. So currently, there are over 100 projects claiming themselves to be a Bitcoin Layer 2, and here is a list of them. If you zoom in, you will even find Ethereum among them. Is this a Bitcoin Layer 2? I'm not sure. So the fact is that there is no universal answer about what Bitcoin Layer 2 is, and the interpretations can be very different. So for the Bitcoin Layer 2 projects, we can see a variety of approaches like channels, sidechains, rollups, and client-side validations. Probably you have already known some of these projects, and I will talk about some of them later in this talk. And the Layer 2 projects, they often have specific functionality to realize. For instance, off-chain transactions to tackle the scalability problem, like the Lightning Network, the Fiber Network, and smart contracts to execute programs that cannot be executed on-chain, like Stack, Rootstock, RGB, and assets that are based on Bitcoin, for instance, USDT, RSK, dollar, etc. So with this Bitcoin Layer 2 term so overused recently, I think it is necessary to first properly define it. I'm a cryptographer. Cryptographers love definitions. So here is the definition. Bitcoin Layer 2 means a protocol which is built on top of Bitcoin's blockchain that aims to enhance its scalability, reduce transaction cost, and extend functionality while relying on Bitcoin's security. This is the definition given by ChatGPT, so you know it's kind of convincing, but somehow this will make everything a Bitcoin layer 2 except for the Bitcoin itself. So I decided to have a look at the layer 2 projects, especially the token project, to find out what is a Bitcoin layer 2. So here is a brief timeline of the assets projects on Bitcoin. It started very early, 10 years ago. And but there was not much going on from 2018 to 2023. So in 2018, there was a project called RGB. It started, but it is still not online, fully online right now, as far as I know. And in 2023, there is there are inscriptions, ordinals, and they bring back new trends on the Bitcoin layer 2 projects. So let's have a look at the RGB protocol. The RGB protocol adopted single-use sale to commit a RGB token to a Bitcoin UTXO. So here the commitment is attached in the output one of Bitcoin transaction B, and to spend this RGB token, you have to prove that you can spend the output one of the Bitcoin transaction B. In RGB, all the transaction data are stored by the users locally, and they do not broadcast in the network. So this means that users only have the knowledge of their own transactions. This design makes it difficult to receive RGB token because especially when the token are transferred through multiple people, because a receiver might not have enough data to validate the RGB transaction. So meanwhile, let's see Ethereum. For Ethereum, since 2017, the rise of the NFT market and DeFi summer makes Ethereum a popular platform to for blockchain applications, and these applications have taken the vast majority of the market cap. So with the current hype on Bitcoin layer 2, a natural question to ask is, will Bitcoin Renaissance be the season 2 of Ethereum? Are we replaying what Ethereum has been done since the past 8 years? I hope not, because it would be a little bit boring. Also, Ethereum already has an ecosystem for the decentralized applications. So why would users shift to a completely different ecosystem? That is why I think isomorphic binding is the game changer here. So isomorphic binding is the technique used by RGB++, and with isomorphic binding, we can bind two UTXO blockchains, for instance, the Bitcoin and the CKB blockchain, together by connecting their UTXOs. So here you can see that in the output one UTXO of Bitcoin transaction B, it says that the operator data says an RGB++ token is attached to this output. Especially, it is the hash of the CKB transaction 2 attached here. And for CKB transaction 2, the output cell 1 is locked by a lock that depends on the spending state of the associated Bitcoin UTXO. So in this way, we can say that the CKB and Bitcoin are interactively bound with each other, and we can issue tokens securely bound with Bitcoin UTXOs and maintain the data publicly on the CKB blockchain. The advantages of using isomorphic binding and RGB++ are multiple. I want to highlight here that isomorphic binding can be integrated with the fiber network, with the Lightning network via the fiber network. So it is feasible to make instant payments at a minimum fee, and you can choose whatever token you want to use. So especially for stable coins. So let's come back to this question. What is Bitcoin Layer 2? Although the memes and NFTs, they are exciting, very entertaining on Bitcoin, let's remind ourselves why we are here. Our goal is to build a peer-to-peer cash system on Bitcoin, money that can be spent with everyday transactions. So there should be no restrictions by borders, powers, or physical constraints. So I think a project that can make Bitcoin a daily cash system, either through the Bitcoins or through stable coins, is Bitcoin Layer 2. So please stay tuned for the fiber network and RGB++, and have fun with CKB. Thank you.